What's up everybody? Today we are ranking every single armor mod that I am going to install into Skyrim and I will recommend you to use as well. I'm gonna go through them one by one, give my honest opinion on why I think one armor is better than the other, so stay tuned for that. And next time we are ranking weapon mods. The closest to S is going to be something that first of all is going to be both lore friendly, it's gonna have something unique, maybe a quest tied to it, and it's gonna look really badass. The more slutty and revealing an armor is, it will usually go lower in the tier. Let's just go like this. And also something more before we start, only 5% of people who are watching this channel are actually subscribed, so it will help me so much if you could throw a sub or a like. It costs nothing and it means a lot to me. Let's kick things first with Viridian Knight Armor Set. This armor set is by far my most favorite armor set from all of the armors we are going to install. It's an armor set that works for both males and females. There is even a new patch that is going to give you better colors, it's gonna look extra crispy. Look at this armor, it feels like it belongs to Skyrim. It has a much more Morrowind-like mess into it, or if not Morrowind, an Elvish vibe, and I just love armors like those. Now, I am a little bit sucker to this. This will get probably an A tier, but we're going to fix those later on. I think just because of how beautiful and how lore friendly this armor looks, and we don't get too many full plate armors that look so nice and unique. I am going to put the Viridian Knight on S tier. Now let's go and grab Asura's Guard. This armor looks absolutely fantastic. It has, as you can see, many variations. You can remove parts, you can put more parts. That doesn't look very lore friendly if you ask me, but usually you want to use the full armor. It works for 3BA and the armor looks very dark, very sinister, and always install mods on 2K textures. Although I do like how the armor looks, I'm going to rank this maybe slightly lower than Viridian. Maybe I'm gonna put it on A tier, and that's because again I'm a little bit biased and we will see if we actually change things here and there. Next we have the Demon Hunter armor that comes all the way back, almost 10 years ago when this armor came out. This is a re-upload of the armor that works for 3BA body. It's a cool armor, you just get it and you craft it. I'm going to put this on B tier. Nice to have variations when it comes to armors. Next let's go and grab Sonia's armor. This is a 3BA update from the original armor. Sonia, in case you don't know, she's a character from Berserk, Kentaro Miura's masterpiece. Rest in peace, Kentaro Miura. Vanilla, role friendly. It feels like it belongs in Skyrim. Where should we put this armor here? I will put this armor higher than the Demon Hunter. Let's actually go and grab a male armor. This one is a new armor for the Ancient Falmer armor. This is a port from Beyond Bruma. We don't really get that many male armors, but I have a surprise for you in this episode if you want to get some nice male armors. I might as well put it above Sonia's armor because again it's something that male characters can wear. It's a nice armor to have in your playthroughs, and we're doing the same thing for weapons, by the way. The same idea, most of those are again 3BA conversions. This makes it where the shrouded armor looks like this, which I think it's much more fitting when it comes to Skyrim. You know, you're supposed to be a thief. I'm not the biggest fan, but I never liked how the shrouded armor looked in Skyrim. I'm just gonna put this on lower B, slightly below the Demon Hunter armor. Next, let's go and get the ELLE Nightwing. I love this set because it feels like it belongs to Skyrim. As you can see, nothing weird going on. It looks kinda hot, but it's like the typical armor that a mage character will wear. I will try not to install high heels. I always feel that when it comes to Skyrim, we don't have that many armors that look like this. I think I'm going to put this very high on the B list. Maybe it could get higher, but for now I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I think this is a much more interesting way than me doing my top 10 armors or something like that. This armor is like a lost piece from elsewhere, the Khajiit homeland, and you don't really need to play Khajiit for this, but if you play Khajiit, this is a reason to play Khajiit. But even if you don't, the armor looks so goddamn badass. There is also a 3BA version. I'm sorry guys, I've messed up and I've lost some of my footage, so for the next 10 or 20 minutes you will be able to look at the full tier list. Here is the Lunar armor and that's pretty much where I put it. It's an S tier armor. If you don't recognize any of those, that's pretty much all of the armors we'll go through, but this armor is top tier. The Volkihar Armor Knight, it's like the vampire armor but slightly better. As for the tier list, as you can see here, I'm going to put this all the way down here, slightly above the Dark Brotherhood one. I don't think it's like a super jaw-breaking armor. It's one of those armors that looks super cool but nothing insane about it, but really good nonetheless. Something you could find in a vanilla game and it will enhance the vanilla game. Next one, this is a little bit of a cheating. There is the Armor of Velothi Part 2 and Armors of Velothi Part 1. Those are some of the best high detail armor mods for Skyrim, and there is so many of those for you to choose from. I always love the Morrowind aesthetic, and this also has HDT physics. The armor looks absolutely gorgeous. You can have those armors for both male and female characters. I mean, everything is there. As for the ranking, as you can see, it's all the way on the top here, on the S tier. That's where the Velothi armor is, second to Viridian, after the whole list is done. Honestly, some of the best armors on the Nexus right now that you should grab, and they look fantastic, and there is so much variation. There is physics, the armors look modern, they feel like they belong to the game. Now, this is the Wild Witch outfit. Did you remember when I told you there is not that many kind of mage-like vanilla armors existing in the game? Man, look at this hat, this looks absolutely fabulous, and you can even have this on male characters too. It works for 3BA. So the witch outfit goes on a high A tier. You might have not seen most of those armors here, but that's because I've lost footage of my recording, so I had to redo this whole thing. But to get the idea, this is a high A tier. Now guys, there has been a new armor mod, and this looks absolutely insane. Just look at this cover. Tell me this doesn't belong in heavy metal band cover. Like, tell me it doesn't. It does 3 armor mods. Look how beautiful all of them look. It has HD physics. Like, this one has to be my favorite one because it reminds me, it's what everybody's telling anyway, it reminds me of Elden Ring. All of those armors, they can be used for male characters, for female characters. I will put it S tier because I am biased. I will see later on of Unknown's Dawn's armor. Because I love it so much, I put it third. However, this super cool armor right here, I know you can see it in all its glory, and you can count every single pixel. I will say it's the third best armor mode you can find right now at Nexus. It even adds 3 armors. Now, do you remember when I've told you we're not gonna have that many bikini type of armors? We want everything to be lore friendly. Well, this is an exception because it looks very sluttish, but at the same time, I think like it kinda fits. If you play something like a Necromancer and you want to be demon / succubus kind of character, I don't think this armor is too revealing. I mean, of course it is, look how it looks, but it has a nice aesthetic into it. I could imagine an NPC using this in Skyrim, like a very powerful Necromancer. I know it looks a little bit sus, but I think this armor is really nice, and this is the closest thing we will get when it comes to bikini armors and things like that. But I really believe that this really fits into Skyrim, and maybe I'm wrong, but again, it's nice to have choices. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this as well. Because it's kinda sus looking, I think it's lore friendly enough to be on the A tier, but I'm going to put it on the lowest, I guess second from the lowest, because it does look better than the DX Necromancer that we will get later on, and I personally like this type of armor. This overhauls how the ancient shrouded armor looks, and you can even add it as a replacer. If you don't like the pinkish color, there is a red version too, which I think looks super cool. And there is even in 3BA conversion to it. As you can see, it doesn't look over the top. Iconic Death is the color variation which makes it the armor to be red. I love that, and I like it a lot. If you ask me why the Dark Brotherhood armor is not higher, that's because it's a personal preference. Maybe I could have taken Dark Brotherhood armor and put it somewhere in the middle of A tier, but looking at the B tier, I think it's maybe one of the best armors we have here. Now, another armor I like is the Barbarian Steel. This is an armor that looks kinda boring. It comes from the original Barbarian Steel armor, as you can see here, that works for both male and female characters. And again, nothing too crazy with this armor really. I think it goes around here, maybe on C, I don't know, there is nothing really new content wise with this armor. Maybe we should do the same with this one, and might as well do it, just put some in the C tier. Now we have the Twilight Princess armor, which it's a nice vampire armor that looks really cool. You can have this on Serana, you can have this on your character. I think this armor looks absolutely amazing. And this might be the hottest, best looking vampire armor mode out there, and it goes for Serana, so that's gonna go high. I think I'm gonna put this like this. Maybe you like this armor because of Serrano or any other reason you want to put this on S tier. And let me know down again in the comments or in general which is at least your top 3 armors when it comes to Skyrim. Now all of the remaining armors I left them in the end because there is so many patches for those. It's kind of a mess to install them. Let's go with Wind Ruler first. This is an armor from Elden Ring. It looks really cool. There is so many patches for this armor. The armor overall looks absolutely beautiful. And again, I don't think this is my most favorite armor mode. I've seen people use this all the time, but I think it's really one of the better looking ones. I think I'm gonna put high on A tier. I love playing as a Necromancer when it comes to Skyrim, and this is a Necromancer Is armor. It looks really cool. We're going to override it with HDT physics for 3BB body slide, and this is how the armor looks. It's really nice. I like more the other one we've got, but again, you see that we need more mage armors in the game. Maybe second most favorite armor mods because these look absolutely insane and it works for both male and female characters. This is the Dremora set. I think I might put this armor, guys, on the S tier because again, I am very biased when it comes to this. This looks so damn good. And we need to rank this one, of course. So this is definitely going on the S tier. The question is where. It's not gonna go higher than, again, the Morrowind armors. I just love the Viridian set so much. My second most favorite individual armor that exists on the Nexus. And now we have the Northern God armor, which is another one that I absolutely love. That being said, this is an armor from Dark Souls 2, if you guys haven't noticed. Just look how this armor looks. This is something that I could imagine Ulfric being wearing in Skyrim. And again, I absolutely love this armor. I always use it in my playthroughs. I'm going to put this on the lowest rank when it comes to S tier. Then we have the Traveling Mage armor, which adds a very cool mage armor that works for both male and female characters. HD physics on. The armor looks absolutely amazing. I think this armor will go very high on the A list. I think I'm actually going to move the Sonia armor slightly below here to make more space. I have a feeling this looks kinda messy in my part. This is my very first tier list I'm doing and it's for goddamn Skyrim armor mods. Now the next one, it doesn't really count as a specific armor mod. It's like immersive armors. It's 3 big armor mods that kinda do the same thing, overhaul and add a bunch of different armor mashups. Those work for both male and female armors. You're gonna have different bandits wearing those. Then we have the Infantry Armor, which adds a really unique and cool looking armor. Again, I believe this armor looks really nice. I don't think it's my strongest type of take for this armor. I think I'm gonna put this below the Vampire Armor here. It's nice to have, but nothing too crazy. Adds some nice variation. This is the Colovian Prince. It feels like this was a missed armor from Skyrim. It has HD physics on its own. And again, I'm going to add this below the Ancient Falmer armor. We have the Kvetchi Mercenary Set. Again, those armors look very similar. I like putting all of those together. Again, this looks extremely similar with the previous one. I think I prefer the other one. I'm just gonna put it slightly below. And maybe something like this will do it better, I guess. Let's go and grab the Silver Armor. Now this looks amazing. I just love how this armor looks. Just look at it. It looks so beautiful. I think I'm gonna put it on the top when it comes to our B tier list. For my standards, that's high enough. But then we have the Falconer armor, which has this super cool set actually. I think it's from Elden Ring. I could be wrong. I love this armor a lot, and the cool thing with those armors is that you can have them for both male and female characters. I like the Falconer armor a lot. I think I'm going to put the Falconer armor slightly above, and I think the Volkihar armor is gonna be very high on C, and let's do it like this. Again, this is my very first tier list, guys. I hope it doesn't look too crappy. That being said, that was both the very first tier list video I've ever made and the very first Skyrim video I've ever made. I will be providing all the links down in the link description. You can ask me anything you want. I always put comments and sticky posts for you to read regarding some of those. Thank you for watching, and I'm really sorry for being away for this long. I'm afraid it might get even worse because I usually work really hard during the summer. Thank you for watching, you're super awesome, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I will see you soon, and have fun playing and modding Skyrim.